In this particular video, I'm going to help you make your first ugly dashboard. The context in which we are operating is in the domain of people analytics. The objective really is to see where all promotions are happening, and if there are biases, what can the company do so that the promotions are happening as per their strategy. We'll start off by importing and processing the data. Then we're going to make 4 plots, that is the overall promotion summary, then promotion summary by gender, education and experience. And finally, we're going to put it together and build a dashboard, and we're going to tell the story using the Z format. And finally, you'll have your first ugliest Tableau dashboard. In another video, I'm going to show you how you're going to plot the same information but make it more presentable. But before we dive in, hey, my name is Kunal Naik. I'm the founder of Data Science Masterminds, and I'm on a mission to help you learn and apply data science effectively so that you can grow in your career quickly. So before I move on, please hit the subscribe button and please hit the bell notification so that you get notified whenever I release an awesome video such as this one. Also, YouTube has introduced the super thanks button. If you feel this video is helping you so much, please show your gratitude and love by hitting the super thanks button. This will keep me motivated to make more awesome videos such as this one. So let's dive in. The data that we're going to use is going to be something like this, and we are going to focus on the promotion column, the gender column, education level, and the experience. This is all we are going to require for building this dashboard. Now we can build more complicated dashboard, but for now we'll just limit it to these columns. So let's get started on Tableau. I've already opened my Tableau public, and I'm going to load the data, promotion data. The data link will be present in the comment section below. It will be placed on GitHub so you can download it from there and follow along with me. And the end result is going to look something like this, where we're going to have the overall promotion summary, gender summary, department summary, experience summary, or this can be the education summary. But this is approximately what it will look like, hopefully even better and not so ugly. So let's get started with loading the data. I'm going to click here and say connect data, and I'm going to say text file. The text file that you want to connect is anything that has a .csv extension or a .txt extension. These are the files typically that qualify under text file. And I'm going to select that one, and I'm going to say OK and open. Now, as soon as it opens, it's going to be loaded here. And on the left hand side, you're going to see the name along with all the fields listed. And on this particular side, you're going to see all of the fields again and some sample rows, that is approximately 100 rows, to just give you a sense of what data you are loaded within Tableau. Now notice it has certain icons here, which is indicating what kind of data type may be present within this column. And you will see that this is representing integers or numbers or floats. This is city or geographic locations. This is numbers again, string characters. And if you keep scrolling towards the right hand side, you're going to see mostly these variations. Now, this information is going to come handy when you want to process some kind of information, create some charts. And so just be mindful that there might be some numerical columns that are categorical and some categorical columns that are numerical, which you may have to convert while creating the dashboard. So let's go ahead and create our first chart. That is the overall summary. So I'm going to click on sheet 1. Now in Tableau, each sheet is representing one chart. Just like in Excel pivot tables, if you have one chart, you are going to create one pivot table. If you want to create another pivot table with another chart, then you have to do another pivot table with another chart. So each of the pivot tables you create creates one more chart. In Tableau, those are referred to as sheets, and each time you are creating a chart, you can imagine one Excel pivot table getting created and one portion of the dashboard getting created. So we're going to first begin by taking in the promotion column to the rows area. Just like in Excel, we can put it into the rows area. The only catch here is that this particular column is a summary column or a numeric column, and we want to show the information of 0 and 1 or summarize the information of 0 and 1 rather than summing this up. So if you had to do this on Excel, I'm just going to go to the insert tab and say tables here, pivot tables, and say okay. You're going to take, let's say, the promotion to the rows area, and then you'll take typically enrollee ID to get the count of employees that got promoted, right? And so this is 15,000 and 2,500 of them got promoted. Overall 18,000 people are there. So this effect is not possible within Tableau directly. There is a bit of workaround that we need to do. By default, the green fields are treated as continuous data and or numeric data, and so it is summarized by default. And so to undo this activity, what we need to do is need to click on this and make this a dimension, and then again click on this and make it discrete, which will give us that 0 and 1 that we found within the Excel pivot table. This additional step is required to be done in Tableau, because in Tableau you can have values area within the columns, rows, or even the marks area, and it is a flexibility that Tableau provides over the Excel pivot tables. And so now we are ready to put some values or count within this to give us the count, which is gotten by this particular additional column that gets added within Tableau whenever you import data into Tableau. And it's called the count column, and whatever sheet name or data source name you have, it will be having that name along with count. And so instead of taking any random column and putting it into the values area and saying count, you can directly take this count feature and then put it into this area, and it's going to give you the count of the people that did not get promoted and the count of people that got promoted. And now it's time for us to make this into a chart. And so the way we can do it is we can simply go and click on this show me and click on this chart here, and it should convert it into two bars like this. Now it is not going to be that useful for us in this way, so we're just going to switch things around, which is take the promotion to the columns area, and we are going to bring the count to the rows area. So this way we'll have a vertical chart like this, and we can then show this into the entire area to get this information. However, there's one catch. You'll see that you will not have any labels here. So to get labels, I'm just going to take again this promotion and put it into the labels area here, which will just display the labels on the top. And this is how our first chart will be generated. But there are a few more things about that we need to tee out. One is the sheet name. So we're going to just say here that is overall summary, to give it a chart name, and this is going to be visible on the top here. So once this chart is ready, we are ready to make another one, which is going to be as per our plan on the gender one. So for that, we are going to duplicate this particular column. I'm going to say duplicate, and I'm going to say gender summary. Now for this gender summary, notice we are going to do the same thing, but this time we are going to do it on top of the 0 and 1, that is promotion 0 and promotion is 1 and 0 is non-promotion. I'm going to divide male and female within this to be able to break that split of males and males here, the ones that got promoted and did not get promoted. So that 15,000 you're breaking it down here, and then females we are breaking it down here, right? That's the break that we'll be doing. So for that, what we're going to do is take gender and then put it before promotions, and you will notice that it is going to be doing it on all of the 4 categories that are present within genders. So the gender column has few additional values, which is null and other. And so for the scope of analysis, maybe we want to exclude the null category so that we can display all the other categories. Okay, so we're going to just exclude null for this particular analysis, and I'm just going to say this and say filter and just say null and check this null and say okay, and the null category will be removed. Now there is a choice. We can take gender towards this side, or we can put on the first here. Both of them will give different views. You can prefer to choose whichever view or whichever story you want to tell. For now, I'm going to keep the view in this place, such that it's just going to give me the count of all the others within this particular space. Now other seems to be a small number, so we're just going to exclude this for this analysis and say okay, and just going to see males and females, and we're just going to sort this by okay. So it's sorted. Now you have females, males, females, males, and the second chart is ready. Next, we are going to do the same steps again, replicate this and do it for the education level. So I'm just going to say duplicate again. This time I'm just going to remove gender from this, and I'm going to put, let's say, the education level on top here. and you're going to see a lot of this education